Hey, thanks for joining. You did it. Nice job. Introducing our project management trainer, speaker, author, and coach to thousands of professionals and organizations worldwide, including NASA, the U.S. Air Force, USACE, U.S. Army, the Department of Transportation, the FBI. Your friend, Phil. Over to you, Phil.
Hello, my fellow project managers. It's time to get into page 267. Page 267 is that page where all the earned value fun is. Now, when I say fun, you know I'm talking about SPI, CPI, CV, SV, all that good stuff. So I would like us to get straight into it, and I would like us to do a tiny little brain dump of all the earned value formulas. I want to challenge you to follow me and walk through these earned value formulas. So let's start off with the easiest formula of all. What is the formula for earned value itself? Do you recall that formula for earned value itself? EV is equal to what? Go on. Earned value is known as the percent complete times the planned value. But bear this in mind. If you're talking about the time period that is not the entire project, then you're talking about planned value being used. But if you're talking about the earned value across the entire project, then you find yourself using the budget at completion. So we can say earned value is equal to budget at completion times percent complete, or we could say, depending on the problem, earned value is equal to planned value times the percent complete. I would advise you to understand when to use either. Sometimes you could use budget at completion, that is most relevant, and other times it is planned value. All right, type in the formula for SPI. 3, 2, 1. SPI is earned value divided by planned value. Write out the formula for CPI. CPI is go. 3, 2, 1. CPI is earned value divided by actual cost. Type in the formula for schedule variance. 3, 2, 1. I advise you to use a paper and pen. Schedule variance is EV minus PV. Here is your drill for cost variance. Cost variance is equal to go. 3, 2, 1. Cost variance is equal to earned value minus actual cost. Type in the formula for variance at completion. Go. 5, 4, 1. The answer is BAC minus EAC. It starts with B followed by E. Just remember that. B comes before E in the alphabet. BAC minus EAC. Type in the formula for TCPI. Go. 3, 2, 1. It's BAC, the budget at completion, minus earned value, and all of that divided by BAC minus AC if you're working on the TCPI based on the BAC. So we're going to write down here that this is TCPI based on the BAC. Let's do that again. TCPI, I'll just put in brackets, based on the BAC. It is very important that we distinguish the BAC from the EAC version. So that's TCPI based on the BAC. And we also have TCPI based on the EAC, and the denominator has the EAC. So I'm going to highlight the difference. You see, the difference is in that E versus that B in the TCPI based on the EAC. All right? So that is the first stack of formulas in your earned value world. There's another batch of formulas. For the other batch of formulas, really quick, I want us to go over the EACs. So, estimate at completion based on a brand new bottom-up ETC is, and I really want you to use your pen and paper if you can. All right, this is the easiest of the EACs, and you got to remember what I'm saying. This is EAC based on a brand new bottom-up ETC. And for this, we have EAC equals the actual cost plus the estimate to complete. Remember, it's a brand new bottom-up ETC, and that will be given to you. All right. The next one is EAC based on the current cumulative CPI. Tell me what that is. Go. The answer, BAC divided by CPI. BAC divided by CPI. That is your EAC based on the current cumulative CPI. All right. I hope this is all making sense. So let's highlight them. And this is a drill that I want you to go through. You see, the reason why I'm doing this for my dear students who are on the journey is so that they come back to this and master this in a daily drill. So it's not just a one time. I want you to come back to it, and I want you to challenge yourself to constantly remember these and what they mean. All right. The next one is EAC based on remaining work completed at the budgeted rate. All right. And that is EAC equals what? You do that one. Go. All right. So let me give you a clue. Let's use the pointer for a second. All right. So all EAC formulas pretty much stem back to this original one. If you look at my brain dump video, you see I break down this into even more granular detail, but it's all anchored back to EAC equals AC plus ETC. That's really the overarching formula. So for this one, based on remaining work completed at the budgeted rate, what we're really doing in essence is putting in a different statement for ETC. So it's still AC plus BAC minus EV, which is your ETC if the remaining work is completed at the budgeted rate. You see what I'm saying? So everything anchors back to AC plus something. Okay? The final one is EAC based on the current cumulative CPI and SPI. See? And if we do that, you are going to get something that looks very similar to what we just did. All right. So go for it. EAC equals, this is the longest of all the EAC formulas, by the way. Go. Okay. 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. So the formula is like this. You have very, very similar letters to what is in the previous one. But for this one, we are going to divide BAC minus EV by the multiplication of the SPI cumulative. I want you to remember it is cumulative. Okay? SPI cumulative. And you're going to multiply that by CPI cumulative. So however you put them, if I can copy this and put this in here, you get the idea. And we have the big old brackets. Have the brackets here. Let's take that down a bit. There we go. So we're going to put everything nice and tidy into brackets so that you do not get confused. Now, to give you the illustration of how it will look, this is really, should really be this. BAC minus EV divided by, you get what I mean. If you go to page 267 in the PMBOK guide, you can see it as it is. Now they do not put the superscript in the 6th edition or even the 5th. They used to put this in previous editions, and I thought it was a brilliant idea, but then they removed it. And some people forget that it's cumulative CPI. You do not want to forget that it's cumulative CPI and it's cumulative SPI, because you could get answers wrong if you do not factor that in. Okay? So, my friends, at the end of the day, we have done all of the basic EV formulas. And I'm hoping that this drill helps you. This is for my students going through the process right now, those who are struggling and do not know left from right. Hopefully, this will put you on a good trajectory for success. All right? Very good. I'm going to ask you a few questions regarding the EACs right now. Regarding these EACs, I want you to tell me which formula you would use for each of these situations. So let me draw up some situations here for you. And the first situation here is EAC based on cost performance. I want to know which one you would use for this. I want to know what you would use when variances in cost are typical and variances in cost are atypical, and when cost and schedule performance are crucial. These are 4 states for EAC. So let me rename this as 4 EAC conditions. Okay? I want you to spend some time, think about it. I'm going to give you a few minutes, and I want you to tell me which formula would you use in each of these? I'll give you 1.5 minutes to come up with some answers. Go for it. 1.5 minutes. It's a good practice drill for you. All right, my friends, I believe you should have finished this drill by now. So let's take a look at what the answers are one by one. So the very first condition that I'm asking for here is EAC based on cost performance. And that alludes to the cost performance index. Therefore, the answer is EAC equals BAC divided by CPI. The next one is variances in cost are typical. When variances in cost are typical, it means that the cost performance can be taken into account across the board. Therefore, again, we would use BAC divided by CPI. The next question asks if variances in cost are atypical. In other words, we do not expect variances to continue on the project. In that case, we would use the formula where the remaining work is completed at the budgeted rate, which is AC plus BAC minus EV. Last but not least, we have cost and schedule performance are crucial. That would have been a signal to use the formula with both SPI and CPI being considered. And that is the 4 EAC conditions taken out of the formula context and put more into words to ensure you understand. Okay? I hope you found that to be useful. And if you're looking for training and coaching for your PMP, I recommend you go to Praizion.com, look at the various curricula we've got there, the various options, and I'm sure you'll find something that will add value to you. We have a curriculum that is called Earned Value Mania. We have a curriculum known as Formula Mania. So when it comes to formulas, we don't want you to be stuck. We want you to be aware of how to manipulate the formulas and how to succeed on the test. All right. Thank you very much. I Appreciate you joining me. And remember, your page 267. That is one you definitely want to read and master. All right? You take care. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.